So Helldivers 2 developer Arrowhead Game Studios appoints a new CEO.
Sweet liberty! No!
He just randomly, out of the blue, tweeted out, "Hey everyone, big update. I've decided to hire this dude as the new CEO of Arrowhead Games." And this is real, by the way. We go way back. And I wouldn't trust the business in any other hands than his. And he comes up with an impressive resume and love for games. But what about me and my involvement in Helldivers 2? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm taking more of the role of Chief Creative Officer, which means I spend more time with the team and 100% focus on the games and community. Okay, now, this is interesting. Because like, how do we look at this? This game is less than, I know it's only almost 6 months into the year, but just for the sake of rounding it, we'll say this game is less than 6 months old, okay? As a live service game, and you're already swapping CEOs.
That's not good.
That's a bit of a warning sign.
And the Sony thing killed the game. It killed a lot of interest. It hasn't fully killed the game. People are still playing. I don't know if we can get we can check Steam chart to see how many people are playing, because that would be interesting. But I don't think it's really been in the top 10 much since the Sony thing.
Top 10 at the moment. Ooh.
Excellent.
Helldivers 2 currently has, we'll just say 50,000 people on. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. Look at that.
Now,
you can see where the Sony thing happens too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sony.
it's just like ripple.
Now, I think there's a few reasons as to why that happened. That's not just the Sony thing, even though that was kind of like a death. Oh, all right. Look, just really quickly, because I don't want to stay on this too long. Yeah. The nerfs, the crazy nerfs, it all started with the infamous railgun nerf. The story has become stagnant. It feels like we're in one massive anime Naruto filler where it just goes for 100 fucking episodes of filler of nothing happening. We're in the Cyberstan arc, but nothing's happening. We wiped out the bots just for them to be back a day later, and now we're in Cyberstan, but nothing's happening with that. The war bonds, I get they're free for the most part. Like, you don't have to spend $1 on the game, but they're fucking
not
shit.
really good.
There's nothing in there that you really want.
Yeah.
And the Sony thing. The Sony thing really, well, one, you took out like, what, 150 countries that can no longer play it. So there goes a good chunk of your player base, you know. And then, of course, it just left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. So I think all those things have led to its decline. They really need to drop the Illuminate ASAP. But anyway, putting all that aside, so this dude stepped down and given it to someone else, right? Which is a bit of a weird thing to do.
Let's be honest. He still wanted to work at the company. But I don't think he'll, that whole community thing, I think he wants nothing to do with the community now. He got ripped to shreds and was like, you know what, I can't take the smoke. I just want to work on the game, but I don't want anything to do with the public too much. That's what I think
he's gonna deal with the people who deal with the community. And he'll be involved in the story of the game, but man, he literally gave himself a demotion. Either he realizes he fucked up, and he wants to fix the situation, or he's fucking burnt out from the situation, doesn't realize that he fucked up either, and he's just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna take a seat back, and we'll know what the answer is. If he knows he fucked up and he takes a seat back, he'll still be at this company for a while. If we find out in a year from now he's gone, it's, oh, I got burned out.
He did get ripped to shreds. At first, everyone was very much like, no, he's doing his best. But then as time went on, people slowly came around and went, no, wait a minute. He kind of lied.
Yeah.
All right. Well, not kind of lied. He did lie. And that brings us to the next part. Arrowhead Game Studios wants to be the next From Software.
Well, they already failed.
Yeah, you already failed. Okay.
Yeah.
With the success of Helldivers 2, Arrowhead Game Studios has some big aspirations. In an interview with Game Industry Biz, the dude, who fucking cares. All right, so he went on to say, we pride ourselves on being an independent studio. He told the outlet when talking about the games they want. We have to see what the future holds, but there's nothing in the plans where we want to be acquired by somebody. So that's a bit of a fuck you, Sony. I want to see how far we can fly, and bringing some shams on board, we have a good potential to realize the future of turning into the next From Software or Blizzard.
What, you gonna start molesting people in the office?
From that How that looks exactly isn't clear because this isn't something that happens overnight. Even with the fast rise of Helldivers 2, the new CEO says he knows there is work to be done, but he doesn't want the company to lose focus of what they want to do. We will see growth, but growth as means to an end, not as to an end itself. We don't have plans to go public. None of those shenanigans measured growth that allow us to make amazing games and a good place to work. We don't run the business for monetary gain. Well, you kind of have to. The humbleness and the desire to make great games is the only reason we exist. Yeah, but if you don't make money, you go under. It's as simple as that, man. You got to balance both. So what he's saying by this is he's not saying they want to make Souls fucking like games that are just notorious for being hard and all that type of shit. You're talking about you want to be on that level of prestige where people go, oh shit, it's a new Armored Core, new From Software. Fucking Shadows of the Erdtree, new From Software. I'm in.
Where people will end up being like, even people who say, oh, I never pre-order, will be like, no, I pre-order from them though.
Yeah,
people pre-ordered Armored Core, they pre-order the Elden Ring DLC, and to be honest, in those situations, I can't really blame them because the track record is really fucking good. From Software doesn't have a fucking stain on their record like Arrowhead does.
And that's like Helldivers. Imagine paying full price, right? And what happened with Helldivers 2 at the beginning. I would have lost my shit. Not being able to play a full price game for like 2 weeks would have made me lose my fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like, they would have got roasted. If Helldivers 2 was not the $40 that it was, right? People would have destroyed the fuck out of it. I'm sorry. That's what.
Absolutely, man. Like, I love Helldivers. I think it's one of the best games of this year so far. But if this game was full price, it would not have lasted this long. It would have gone savaged, man. There's two things in here that are really interesting, and the chat brings them up. The first part is they talk about the shenanigans. You had like one of the biggest gaming controversies of the whole year. So there's definitely some shenanigans going afoot, right? And notice how they didn't say Larian Studios. I'm going to tell you why. A lot of people forget or didn't even know that when GDC was going on, Larian Studios people got up on stage and kind of pissed off the whole fucking industry. Everyone was far too focused on the screaming hairy pussy lesbians outside that were screaming at the sun to focus on what happened inside that building. The people at Larian Studios got up on that stage like, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, woo, Larian Studios, woo. They got up on stage and said, we're all fucked. This industry is doomed. We have to make a change. That's why they didn't say Larian Studios, because people at Larian Studios went completely against the grain.
Yeah, and they fucking warned everyone. They basically said adapt or die. And everyone was like, fuck you! Hey, fuck you!
Yep.
You're a dick.
Yep. That's why they didn't mention Larian Studios, because Larian Studios, you know, they're not really liked by people in the industry.
No.
But you know who they are liked by? People that actually matter. People who want to fucking buy their games.
Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free.
Join Hyperlethal.